All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brandon with GolfN, here as always with Jared from GolfN. Good to see you, Jared. And we have a special guest in the house as well, Caitlin from Moonwalk. Glad to have you on the podcast, Caitlin. And we're really here to talk about our recap of the Waste Management Phoenix Open. We had an awesome weekend out in the desert. We all got to kind of see each other, get some sunshine, and attend really an awesome event at the famous 16th hole at TPC Scottsdale. GolfN rented out a nice suite for us to all have unlimited everything and just kind of hang out, watch some golf, be inspired by some incredible players. So this is an event I've been to before. Caitlin, I think this is the first time you've ever been to an event like this. I'm curious, as kind of like someone who's kind of starting to get more and more into golf. You know, we see you taking rips at Topgolf, really dialing in that swing. How did you enjoy the event?
I mean, what a first golf event to go to. That was absolutely crazy. And all of my golf friends were very jealous as well, which lets me know that you guys picked like one of the best possible events out there. No surprise. I mean, it was amazing. We had a perfect day too. So just like absolutely beautiful weather, beautiful course. The 16th hole is crazy. I felt like I was in Gladiator with walking in with all of the noise and just imagining, teeing off on that hole and feeling like you're in this arena where everyone's screaming at you. The energy was pretty crazy, and I can't imagine you see that at other golf tournaments in the same way. So it was really, really cool. And obviously good to see everyone from the GolfN team as well.
It was. Yeah, we talked a little business, but we were mostly hanging out, having a good time. Jared, that was your first time at the event too. I know you've been organizing this for a while, but what were your impressions of the theater, the arena?
Yeah,
the Coliseum?
It was great. I think that for a lot of my suspicions were confirmed about what that was going to be like. And it still exceeded like the dreams or thoughts I've had in my head in a lot of other ways. Like I think most hardcore degen nerd golfers like me are like, how would I do? And if you've ever wondered that about yourself, watch the celebrity shots on Wednesday and you'll see exactly how you do, because there's some really good golfers who just absolutely choke and they end up hitting shanks or whatever. And I've seen those clips on TV before, and then you get in there and you're like, okay, I get it. Like there's beer snakes. There's like 6-8 foot beer snakes going on. When you're walking around like the suite level, the amount of money that's changing hands on tables is absurd. Like people are there and they're betting major money. They don't know anything about the golfers, but like think about how crazy people are there anyway, and then add in like $100 bills per shot, and like that's not me or my vibe, but like there were people in our group that were doing it, and it's just completely insane. So yeah, that is, I immediately go to like, how would I do? It's not that hard of a shot. It's really, I forget who said it. It's like kind of a basic hole. I think it was Michael Kim. It was like, it's really not that crazy of a hole. Just the environment is absolutely absurd, and however absurd it looks on TV, it doesn't do it justice.
I've actually played that hole, obviously not with 20,000 people around.
Well.
Yeah, humble brag. No, but it's short, but it's a well defended green, and so there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong, and even the putting surface. We saw some 3-putts from like 20 feet. Like if you're on the wrong spot of that green, it's not an easy hole. But you're right. Just we had a suite, but really it felt more like an arena. Like you're on a concourse, and there's like 3 or 4 levels, and you can kind of go up and down and take a look around. And there's some areas that are like super ultra VIP, and then mostly you can just kind of go hang out. It's all pretty communal. There's drinks stations like everywhere. We had a waitress. We're kind of trading off who got the front row. So some people got to kind of sit up front, and there was even a little bit of banter with the people sitting below us in the cheap seats.
Yeah,
because,
that was fun.
You got to wait, like in the morning, you got to wait a long time to get into that hole. So, and even like looking at the prices for tickets, the Saturday is like the big day. It's not like most tournaments where the Sunday is like final round, big ticket item. Like the Saturday before the Super Bowl, this is like the traditionally like biggest day of the week, and tickets just like GA was like $250. And so when you kind of think about it like that, the fact that you don't have to like fight for a seat, free unlimited drinks, like it kind of felt like a value to a degree. Like Caitlin, were you how are you kind of enjoying the experience? Were you mainly in the suite, or what? How else did you enjoy it besides watching golf?
I mean, I had to get my steps in, true to form. And I also wanted to check out the course a little bit more. So definitely got out a couple of times and took some laps, which was fun. Tried to stay in the booth area as well. I mean, obviously first golf event, but I can't imagine going to that event and doing it any other way now. Not have to fight through all of the crowds of people, not having to deal with, I saw probably like a handful of drunk people being dragged out by their friends or security. So, I'm sure that stat was higher than a handful. But it was pretty crazy down on, the ground if you're walking around and just kind of seeing who's out there and people who are running loose. So definitely tried to stay, with the group for a bit, got out, got some steps, saw what I could see. But it was definitely the best way to experience it, hands down, not even close. And I agree, it did kind of feel like a value relative to what other people paid to be like fighting, throwing elbows for 16th hole, especially.
People were begging us for water, so we had people throwing waters from our grandstand.
Really? I didn't see that. That's
yeah.
hilarious.
People were like, water, please, because if you leave that seat, like you're getting back in line. There's it's not like the Masters where you get to like put your chair down and people leave it. Like if you got to go to the bathroom, if you've got to get a drink, there's no telling where you're going to be next. So, but Jared, this is really kind of a grander vision for GolfN though. Events like this, we actually had our sweepstakes winner Eric out there with us, so he won the sweeps by entering the sweepstakes on our portal to win a ticket to this. That's the third one we've done so far. We've got some other huge ones coming up, but
yeah.
Talk a little bit more about what these epic experiences mean and do for the GolfN ecosystem as we kind of go through 2025.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be a more and more common occurrence because maybe as I've gotten older, my beard's got a little bit more gray. The experiences of doing things like are far more valuable to me than items that have similar values, right? Where it's like, particularly in the crypto space, where I spend most of my time in my closet, as I like to call it, my office in my house, like. Getting out and doing things is how you got to live life. I mean, it's one of the great reasons why we love Moonwalk, where it's like, look, you can't just sit on your ass all day. Like you got to get out and do stuff and you can get rewarded for it. And like, it kind of plays into that same thought. But this was essentially the launch of like GolfN signature events, where we're going to continue doing these events at major events in golf and out of golf, and do it with people who have like that shared experience, or want the value of shared experience in doing things that are generally difficult. We have been fortunate to have made a ton of connections with very cool vendors who want to work with us and give us like exclusive access to things and say, look, we know you're trying to do something cool. We've had this come across our desk. Are you interested? And so I say inside of golf and outside of golf, think like Kentucky Derby or potentially other things along those lines where like, they are truly events that will kind of change your paradigm on whether it be golf or sporting events or whatever it is. Think Indy 500, right? Like those sorts of things where hey, I've always wanted to go. Maybe I haven't gone before. How do I do it the right way for the first time? And then have these like shared fun experiences. As with everything with GolfN, like our main MO, and I know you've heard me say this a million times, Brandon, but I'll repeat it here. Like, if everything we do needs to be a surprise and delight situation where it's like, hey, we understand that people are taking a chance on us, and so we're going to over deliver every single time. And like what we did to get this event put together was, I'll be honest, a loss for GolfN. Like we lost money on this. It wasn't a revenue generating function. I never want to make money on this. I just want to provide cool experiences for people to come hang out. And we'll provide the best rates to do that. And so, yeah, this will be part of a much bigger group initiative moving forward. There will be individual initiatives where like, if you're one of our power users, you'll be able to get access to our concierge services and go book things for yourself outside of GolfN. But obviously we're going to continue doing these community things to pull people together from around the world. We had people from all over the place there this week, and it was really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And even just being able to meet people for the first time in real life. Caitlin, I know I've seen you out in the wild a few times before, but seeing other people on your team for the first time in real life, seeing community members, it's great to put a face to the avatar that we're always chatting with online. It's great to get everyone together. So Caitlin, as far as I want to hear about your journey in golf going forward. We've seen you posting some swings. You're at Top Golf. You're improving. We can all see that. So what are you thinking for golf for you in 2025?
Oh man, I mean, there's a lot of work to be done there for sure. The reason that I had taken so long coming around, even trying to learn how to golf in any way or any amount of energy towards it, is because I have people in my life who golf a lot, and I know the amount of time and energy and spend that it takes to truly hone your craft, if you will. So definitely something that I know is going to take a lot more work. The Top Golf thing, my parents loved going to Top Golf. They recently retired and moved to Tennessee, and there's a Top Golf in their area. So when I was visiting with them over the holidays, we went several times and decided to finally reach out to the people I know who golf to get feedback and actually work on getting better. I played softball for a long time as a kid, so it took a while to kind of fix my swing and break out of that. A lot of things that needed fixing. So definitely still working on that. I want to get better at golf, though. I'm hoping that this coming summer I'll have a little bit more time to dedicate to it, even just a little bit at a time. Anything's better than nothing. So hopefully, that helps. Being involved with the GolfN team and everything that you guys are working on helps as well. Definitely added incentive to want to get better at it and understand it more. So good timing there. And then also, kind of going back to what you were saying before, but I think it unlocks being able to even golf as long as you're not absolutely horrible. I think opens up a lot of opportunities for really fun experiences that I may not have otherwise. Obviously, GolfN's going to be facilitating a lot of those. So I think there are multiple reasons why I would want to get better at it. So just need to put the time aside and actually kind of rinse and repeat as many times as possible. But being around this crowd is definitely a motivating factor.
Real quick to jump in there. It was funny, just kind of I was trying to not be front and center, CEO of GolfN. I'm not going to be elbowing my way through to get to the front, but I was just kind of hanging out in the back for a large portion of it, just hearing, a lot of the guys who decided to come on this trip with us and gals, and because it wasn't just you, that were talking about what could be done next. And hey, it'd be really cool if we did this. Oh man, this is awesome. I wonder what they're gonna. I'm definitely in. How do I sign up? And so that was probably the best part for me was that obviously we took a chance on this and wanted to bring people together, and it was it was all right. No, people had a great time, and the feedback was thank you for inviting us. I would have never thought we'd have been able to do this. When's the next one? Here's some ideas. What do you think about doing this sort of a golf trip? And I was like, whoa, hold on. We have an app launching in 50 days. I can't be talking about this, but yes, we will do all those things. So that was pretty cool. And to your point, Caitlin, about the golf aspect of it, we'll do some that are more golf centric, where it's hey, go to this exclusive place or resort where we all can hang out for a 3-day weekend and play some golf, or play card games at night, or you go out to dinner or whatever it may be. There's other things there where the GolfN tribe, which is not just GolfN people, can do fun things, and golf's a part of it.
I think those in-person experiences are so powerful too, and I think betting on those is so smart, especially coming from crypto side, right? Brandon just mentioned the ability to actually meet the people that you're talking to online all day. They're not just magical internet friends anymore. They're real people who want to connect too. So that part of it, and we've seen it with Moonwalk as well, is people are just craving the in-person experience. And totally agree with you, Jared, on trying to delight people with this exceptional experience that they wouldn't get otherwise, and having it be really, really special and just go above and beyond to make that happen. Those are the things that people remember and care about at the end of the day, not the things that they buy. So yeah, I think you guys are thinking about it the right way. I love seeing all of the people this past weekend who were so excited about it and having ideas for what could be next. And I think there's definitely a lot of possibilities for a lot of really cool things. Like you said, Kentucky Derby, and my eyes lit up. So there's a lot of fun activities like that I'm sure you'll think of moving forward. So absolutely excited to see that.
Wimbledon was another one that was thrown out. I was hold on, that's a flight. That's, but again, not that we couldn't do it. In fact, I was already offered something like that from one of our vendors, and I was like, calm down. I don't know how I get a bunch of mainly American people over to Wimbledon, but it's a possibility.
Though. Yeah. Well, the great thing about the golf business is that there's golf courses pretty much anywhere you want to go. So you can do Kentucky Derby, or you can do these things that have nothing to do with golf, but there's a golf course down the street and you can add golf onto it if you want. So 35, 40,000 golf courses in the world. there's usually one around the corner wherever you are. So it really is a great global game. But Caitlin, thanks for joining us. The Moonwalk app is awesome. You're live on iOS and Android. And I would just recommend to anybody watching, GolfN, we do these pretty regular Moonwalk games where if you hit your step goal throughout the game, you are eligible to win one of our Genesis collectibles. So it's a good way to make yourself accountable, get your steps, and possibly win a Genesis collectible, which can get you more points within our ecosystem that gets you more opportunities to get awesome experiences like this. You could be like Eric, win a sweepstakes, and like those sweepstakes, they're going to be coming in hot, Jared. Once the app is out, right? We got to have all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I
as the
feel
carrot
bad for our procurement team because I have this is a good Easter egg, and I think I might have said this before, but we might as well do it again now because we're talking about one of them. What I told the team is like essentially from launch, I want one giveaway a week, a bigger one per month, another huge one per quarter, and they're going to completely roll. So there's going to be so many incredible things that we're always trying to do, always trying to surprise and delight and help people get access to things and items that maybe you wouldn't want to pay for, but you would love to take. And so, yeah, this is going to be a big part of our 2025. And I can't wait to hear, like, really, we were all for this one, but, and Eric, obviously we met in person, but there's going to be stuff that happens that we're not there for. And I can't wait to hear those stories. Like, what was it like when you went to this or did that and played here? And those are almost more fun to me to hear about.
Big time. Lots to look forward to. So stay tuned. Get those points stacking. Check the portal out for even more experiences. We got a lot coming. So follow us all. Get in the Discord. Like and subscribe our content, and we will have plenty for you. So, Caitlin, thanks for joining us. We got to have you back.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Well, we can reconvene as I work on my golf game. Maybe get some feedback.
Love
Nice.
it. Yeah, let's do it.
Well, thanks, y'all. Thanks, Jared, for coming, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.